In the average A lobby, 12 out of 13 games you play will see you enact the role of the mercenary. Your objective is simple: activate 4 out of 5 stationed anchors or eliminate the subject to achieve victory. And while that sounds easy on paper, the field can get real messy at times. Without a strategy or skill, you can easily see yourself becoming fodder for the subject. In this video, I shall explain a few crucial tips needed for mercenary survival, accommodating both lone wolf and group combat. Stick together. Ask any seasoned veteran what's the key to survival, and many of them will respond by sticking to a group. Not only does this encourage support between members, but it minimizes the chance of being singled out since you have nearby mercs that will be alerted. It's a good idea to form a squad in the lobby near the armory before rounds. Squads come with advantages such as private radios and markers which indicate their location, all of which are useful for subject hunting. Hold a choke point. Much like any other shooter game, has map features called choke points. They're essentially points in the map where a wide area funnels through a narrow passage, be it a door frame in defunct dam or a corridor in darkness facility. By guarding these areas, you can score a heavy amount of damage or even a subject elimination, since they have little space to run. Guarding these areas with weapons like shotguns and SMGs are very effective. If you feel confident enough, you can navigate the vent systems easily accessible like those in psychiatric hospital. Be careful though, the space is very confined and a single vitriol attack would leave you dead. Choose a viable weapon. A beauty of AA is a wide selection of weapons and their derivatives, weapon variants with modified stats, available to all mercs regardless of experience. Some weapons are suited for CQC combat, such as the Vitex and HMG, while others are suited for LRC such as the Pointman and ILO. Jack of all trade weapons include the Tarks and Ravenhawk. All weapons have a strength and it is up to you to decide which one you are most comfortable with based on your playstyle or the recurring situations you are faced with. If you're asking for a personal recommendation, I usually run HMG/PCC/Vitex/Peppershaker/CMP/VJM. Know your terrors. Available to the subject during none or dark-blooded rounds are 3 terror forms, all of which transform the subject into a tanky beast, each having their own special abilities. To keep it short, the Night Demon does area denial, Corpse Flower is good for singling out mercs, and Grave Mother is good for crowd control. It's important to find out the current terror form that the subject is using and adjust your playstyle for that round in order to lengthen your survival time. I plan to make a dedicated terror survival guide in the future, so be on the lookout for that. Analyze your fellow mercs. In order to maximize efficiency in the field, you are given a selection of tactical equipment to make your jobs easier. These include camera, stabilizer, turret, ammo packs and armor. It is a good idea to scope your fellow mercs during rounds to see their equipment and fill in any that lack. You can find yourself surrounded by other mercs for heals or ammo, earning you some extra XP. Each TE has its own benefits as well, from supplying you with extra ammo to giving you explosion and NPC resistance. Remember the mutation patterns. The subject also has a range of mutations to select from, each varying their playstyle in order to ensure the merc's demise. Some plunge you into darkness while others turn your deceased operatives against you. It's important to know the common mutations that you encounter during the games and modify your loadout to ensure your survival. Plates can help against corpse walkers while players help light up your surroundings. Read the room. Not all subjects are out for blood. Some may hang out with other mercs during rounds in their terror forms. It's usually a good idea to play along instead of making yourself look like that one guy. Avoid painting a target on your back. Subject players will always try to eliminate the ones that pose a high threat. This primarily includes sniper/pepper ball users and oftentimes medics and cameramen. Not that you shouldn't play these weapons or tactics, but it is paramount that you have the necessary equipment to fight back should you find yourself alone and at risk of an attack. It's a good idea to stick with groups, especially if you have an upper hand in terms of experience and combat, as you will be priority elimination for the subject. Guard your fellow mercs. Mercenaries are most vulnerable when their backs are turned, usually when doing anchors or calling reinforcements. As such, it is a good idea to have someone guard you or ask someone to accompany you when doing these tasks. Mark the subject. Given that the subject is almost invisible, it can be extremely difficult to pick it off against the darkness, unless it's low. Weapons like the pepper ball and flash grenades can be actual game changers when it comes to shooting down the subject. Throwing a flash near an attacking scene will illuminate the subject, exposing them to nearby mercs. The camera also makes a beeping noise when the subject gets near, as well as odds mines can be set up to alert others of the subject's estimated position. If you've made it this far, congratulations. It's my first time making such a listed guide and it's really nice to see my target audience make it this far. If you're enjoying the content you see, liking and subscribing is greatly appreciated. It helps me out a lot and encourages me to make more of this type of content. Anyways, break is over, back to the video. Don't be frustrated at every death. Sometimes death is unavoidable in some situations. Perhaps you didn't anticipate getting jumped by a hell walker and a night demon. Or maybe you got bombarded by 3 pipe bombs in less than 3 seconds. God forbid the fated desync ends your run. After all, someone has to play the role of first blood. Whatever the case, it's a good idea not to let it get to your head. Just accept the circumstances and prepare for the next round. Don't forget the main objective. Remember, your job is to activate 4 of 5 anchors, or kill the subject. It is ill-advised to idle on this task as it is very easy to get distracted hunting the subject, especially in pure-blooded games. I personally recommend you try to keep the timer above 90 seconds at all times. When the timer reaches 0, it is an instant win for the subject. Activating an anchor takes 10 seconds and calling in reinforcements takes 15 seconds. It's also a good idea to grab reinforcements when possible, as not only does it add time to the timer, but also brings back your deceased operatives to fight with you. It should be noted that there is a 5% chance of summoning the Black Squad division. Your fellow mercenaries will turn against you as they are equipped with significantly better weapons and night vision goggles. You can fight back as well, and sometimes the subject is willing to team up with you in order to neutralize the threat. It's a good idea to cooperate with them, you are outnumbered. Anyway, that's it for the video. This took quite a while since I tried to gather as much tips as I could, from the Discord and around on Reddit a bit. If you have any more you would like to share or have from experience. Typing it took a few days and compiling clips as well as editing took me my sweet time. As stated earlier, I'm playing on a terror survival guide since I want to go in depth into evasion of all 3 terror forms, which would considerably lengthen this video. Once again, thanks for watching till the end, I really appreciate it and it shows me that you are interested in this sort of informative content. Until next time, thank you.